You miss what's important because you don't pay attention. And I'm guilty too. Focusing on everything that doesn't matter until I miss what actually matters. But you see, once you start paying attention to what actually matters, then you start getting those gems to change your life. And you don't need a lot. You only need one. And you can get it today in this chart breakdown. Let's get right into it. We are going to take less than 300 seconds to do this banger breakdown. So if you don't have that to spare, you can just click off this video. And we are on our favorite pair, the US30, the Dow Jones. And we are on the 2-hour time frame. I did an in-week breakdown where I showed you how I caught this banger trade right here. And I did the breakdown last week Sunday as well too. But I showed you how I caught the trade and what was the confirmation that let me got that trade. So if you missed that, then it's your fault. But that's okay because you can catch up on the gems right now. So let's break down what's happening now. So US30 is currently in a uptrend. And remember what is an uptrend? Uptrend is when the market is creating higher highs and higher lows. So the market, we see the market creating all higher highs and higher lows. So see, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and this is the highest point the US30 has ever been. So let us mark out that to show that this is a very strong area because this is currently the highest point, which is the 46,035 region right here. This is where the highest point it has ever been. And we see it came here and it tapped back into here and is currently doing a little push down. But we can't say that, okay, the market is going to reverse. No, we have to look at the market created a little new high right here. So even though it rejected our zone, we have to watch the price coming into the zone. The market still created a high here, but it tested this high zone 2 times. So we can't say that, okay, the market is going to reverse from right here. This can just be a rejection. While it is a strong rejection, so we're not ruling it out. So price can actually start doing some sells from here because anywhere price would sell from now, it would most likely be one of these new high areas that it makes. So in this case, this is the highest point. Here we see this was the highest point, then we see what it do, rejected, then it made a breakthrough. We see price made a breakthrough or a breakout, and then what we see it do now, make a new high, all-time high, and it came again, tested the all-time high. So currently now it's testing the all-time high 2 times, but it made a new high going into that all-time high. So we can't say, okay, the market has to sell, but we are very, very aware that it can also make the reversal because the market can't just buy. It has to do some sells or pullbacks or reversal, whatever you want to call it. It has to do some of that. So now currently it is rejecting here 2 times. But we do a markup for the buys. So if we were looking at the buys and price created this higher high right here going into this zone and make this rejection, let's show what we would look at to get that buy. We would look at our secret sauce zone. And remember, if you want to get the secret sauce, you have to link the Cold Mansion boss. That's the only way that you can get it. If you don't link the Cold Mansion boss, you're going to miss out on the secret sauce, and then you're not going to have anything on how to get that trade. So look now, this is our secret sauce zone, so make sure you stick with me, and I'm going to do this one in orange. So to identify it differently, because we do this one on the 5-minute time frame and we do the blue one on the higher time frames. So if price comes back in here and give us a rejection to give us a confirmation, then we can possibly catch a buy from right here. So we are going to set an alert for right here, but we're not ignoring the fact that the market made a push from this all-time high. So we can't rule out anything now, but in case for a buy, this is what we'd be looking at right at the secret sauce zone. Yes, so that is how we'd be looking at it, and this is how we'd be setting up for a trade. And I'm going to set an alert for right here. So if the market comes back into this zone right here and gives me a confirmation, you don't have to ask if we're taking it over here at the team Cold Mansion, but we'll be also watching the new structures. When the market created new structures, we are watching those as well and see if the market can possibly even come back into this high zone now and make a push down. So remember, stick with me and watch the different possibilities, because we are not saying what the market can do or what the market can't do. We are just watching the new market structures and the 2-hour time frame. That's the one that I find the best for the US30 for me, for those intraday trade setups. Though that is the one that I look on to catch a trade. So that is how we'd be looking at it, to get the structure, because we want to get the structure right. And then we'd set up the trade on our secret sauce zones. And this is what we'll be having for today. So that is a quick, banger, informative, everything video that I can use to actually make some profit this week. So remember, if you miss anything, what you should do, watch it over back 1,000 times if you have to, so you get all the gems. And if you want help with that, remember, click the link in the pinned comments or in the description and grab a copy of my guide, How to Master Trading in Just 5 Minutes. The choice is yours though. You can continue not paying attention, not focusing on the thing that matters, or you actually start focusing on what matters, so you can make the profits that you want from the market, so you can do whatever you want to do. I'll leave that up to you. That is your decision now. You make the right one.